Hello beautiful people, welcome back to another beautiful and exciting episode. My name is Ogechi, and if you're onto my channel for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber or returning viewer, thank you also for coming back. Do also like this video, share and subscribe if you haven't. Do not leave this channel until you subscribe, okay? Subscription is free. I hope you know that. Anyway, today's video is from Justin Reloaded. I'll be going straight into it. I'll be cutting this video. I would love you guys to give your reports, okay, kind of reports, like your comments, what you think, your opinions about this video. Let's try to be respectful in the comment section. I'll be there to reply all your comments and give you guys my opinion after this video. So it's important that you please watch till the end of this video so you can grasp what we're trying to what we're trying to talk about here, and don't go anywhere. Let's just get straight into the video.
All in favor of sending the cast of The View into a sewer to deal with rat kings and blockages? Or how about to an oil refinery?
How about to a gulag? I think that'd be a good place for them.
Well, I mean,
The View have been getting absolutely insane with their statements that they've been making on their show. Whoopi Goldberg, Sunny Hostin, Joy Behar, and the rest of them, they've gotten unhinged, completely unhinged. People like Joe Rogan and Tim Pool are just tired of it. They're tired of listening to the insane statements of The View. I don't understand how The View is still on air. I've never met a true fan of The View before, of Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of them. I never met a fan of them. Let me know in the comments if you've ever met a fan. But people like Tim Pool are just tired of it. People like Joe Rogan are just tired of it. This video here is titled, from Timcast IRL, says, The View says men are useless, says women don't need men after reviewing viral video. Let's check out this clip here from Tim Pool over on Timcast.
the Raymond G. Stanley Jr. has got the clip for us. Let's play this clip and we'll talk a bit about it.
Do we need men? Need a man? No. Do we need men? No. Women need men in this world. Do we need men?
I don't know.
No. Why? Probably.
Because we can be strong, independent women.
There's this clip going viral online of a dozen women being asked the following question: do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no. And only one said she thought women needed a man in their lives. Only one. So why do you think that is?
Because men are useless. I mean, and by the way, I want to differentiate between straight men and gay men, because I think I would die without gay men.
Look, being completely honest with you, I haven't seen this portion. Yeah, I mean, she already kind of said it there. I was going to say I haven't seen this portion of the clip because I like to react to these like with you guys and kind of commentate as I'm watching it for the first time. I already knew what she was going to say. Like, she kind of just said it there already, but she's saying men are useless except for the gay ones. Like, except for the ones that can't physically reproduce. Just wild, dude. Just absolutely wild.
And I have Handy Manny at home. He fixes everything. When things go bump in the night, he's the one that goes downstairs. When there's a bug to be exterminated, he does the extermination. Nope. When there is something to be fixed, he fixes it. He throws out the trash and he throws out the recyclables. I enjoy all the man stuff.
So wait a second. I know what you're going to say. But wait. She's really talking about a servant. Let's face it. No, it's a handyman she's talking about.
It's a handy manny. Oh, it's a handyman with benefits.
We do not. I need my man 3 to 4 times a week. And good for you guys. Broadly speaking, I feel like men have proven largely useless. Like,
all in favor of sending the cast of The View into a sewer to deal with rat kings and blockages? Or how about to an oil refinery?
How about to a gulag? I think that'd be a good place for them.
Well, I mean,
I gotta agree, but also, imagine if it was the cast of The View, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and the rest of these people saying men are useless that were responsible for building society, for building the roads, the buildings, everything like that. Doing construction, not even just in the past, like not even just from the ground up, but even today, maintaining the roads, maintaining the sewers, maintaining the buildings, even window washing. None of them could do any of that. None of them could do any of that. They have no idea how good they have it with the men being the way that they are in the world. And I understand men have become weak, for sure, no doubt. You know, good times create weak men. But like the men are still much, much more capable in terms of those things than anybody on The View is. I guarantee you that. None of them have, I mean, unless you count Whoopi Goldberg as being an actor, as like actually contributing to the world, none of them have really contributed to the world. And it's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing to me as a 25-year-old who, like, you know, I'm not married or anything. People ask me all the time, like, you know, why aren't you married? Why don't you have a relationship? Well, that's why. Because I can't deal with people like that. It's a poison to have in your life, people like that. And that's how most women think nowadays. They truly think men are just useless.
Not most
and, you know,
women.
thankfully we have Tim Pool and Joe Rogan out there, people with large platforms.
Okay, just to correct that, okay? Not most women, not every woman thinks that way, okay? The fact that some women in their bubble think that way doesn't mean every woman thinks that way. An average woman wants to get married and have a husband and have a soulmate, right? And have somebody, a companion, someone they can depend on, someone they can give themselves to. Not everybody. No, not everybody. I just wanted to correct that impression, okay? Let's continue.
Forms that are calling this nonsense out because it's just not true. You know, it's very much not true, but that's how they think. They're just so entitled. They're so entitled. They have no idea how good they have it because of the men who, like I said, not only built roads, work construction jobs today, do plumbing jobs, window wash the skyscrapers, but also the men who like went to war to fight for their freedom. Like, you know, it sounds so cliche to say, but it's so true, and people have forgotten how good they have it because of what men have done in the past and what they're doing presently. It's just crazy to me.
Putting them in prison for having bad opinions. I'm saying
I'm all fine.
These women have lived such pampered lives, and the voting patterns of many women reflect the sacrifices men have made for them, while shielding not all women, certainly not all women, shielding many women from the harsh realities of conflict and crisis and heavy lifting and machinery and the injuries that come in the workplace, especially with like the overwhelmingly male oil refinery job with a high rate of death. And they're shielded from it, laughing, saying, we don't need men. I propose we give them what they've asked for a small period so they can figure out, do they really need men or not?
And Hannah, Claire, do women need men?
Of course they do. I mean, this is what I find really interesting about these arguments is this is like, they think they're scoring points with the other young women in the room, right? They're doing this for clout amongst themselves. But in reality, like, at least two of them are married. They must have thought they needed a man in some form. And I think fundamentally, this is a really divisive conversation, right? It reminds me of the way the Democrats are like, we are such a divided country because of the Republicans. It's their fault. Like, it's the same logic here. Like, women and men don't get along, but I'm just going to talk nasty about this one side, right? Like, if men were to walk around being like, men don't need women, they would either...
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
Women would be like, you're gay, or they'd be like, how could you say that? We give life. We do all these things. Like, I think men and women are meant to be in partnership. There's a reason they're complementary. And I think this is a really arrogant way to behave. I don't like it. I think it's gross.
It's true, but let's be honest. Men have invented artificial wombs. So now the question is, do men need women?
Well, yeah, I do.
We can grow babies in a petri dish.
This is so much deeper than where we're going here, because this train of thought is the reason our society is where it's at right now. The feminist movement has killed society. Men need to be masculine. We need toxic masculinity. We need men to be fathers. You look at all the discrepancies with the inner city and violence. It all comes down to fathers. It all comes down to men. This thinking that we do not need strong men in society is what's killing our society. So that's why I said, send them to the gulags. Send them off. First of all, no man wants to go, and no man's been down there in a while for any of those women. I mean, that's got to be nasty down there. But I'm really tired of hearing this. It's really just, as a guy who literally my entire life is centered around me providing for and protecting my family. This is just, it upsets me to the core. It makes me want to violate terms of service on YouTube. That's how much it affects me.
Save it for the after show.
Just to have an ounce of nuance here,
You know what the sad part is? He's saying jokingly, send them to the gulag. And then Tim Pool's like, well, I don't think we should jail them or anything for their opinions. The sad part is, other way around, 110%, The View would want to jail Tim Pool. If given the opportunity, 1,000%. Whoopi Goldberg would say, yeah, throw Tim Pool in jail. They would probably even say throw Joe Rogan in jail, who is way more on their side than Tim Pool is. Like, on a lot of different subjects. Like, Joe Rogan still is leftist. He still is like a liberal in terms of his actual beliefs. In terms of identifying with that movement, I don't think he would do that because they've become just absolute lunatics, like what I'm saying here, like throwing people in jail for their opinions. 1,000%. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. But I think 1,000% Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and The View would love to throw Tim Pool in jail just because he thinks the opposite way from them. And not even just Tim Pool, anyone who thinks like Tim Pool, like me, like you, watching this video probably, they would want to throw any of us in jail. And Tim Pool, like, we're still trying to play nice with it. And it's like, that's cool, respectable, honorable, all that stuff. But is it actually going to have us win? I don't know. What do you think?
Do you think there is a good amount of selection bias going on here? I think this is like, you're out on the town there, some dude's shoving a phone in your face. Do women need men? Like, well, I also understand.
Fair point.
Because who cares? Who cares what the women in the video are saying? We're talking about what the women on The View are saying. They're on TV. They're not getting a phone shoved in their face. They're on TV every day. They're comfortable enough now to share their actual opinions, or at least, you know, maybe what they're paid to say. I don't know. Maybe they're paid by someone. I kind of think they are to be on air. But who cares what the women in the video are saying? Like that we already know that. Like, that's how most modern women feel. But now when we have 70, 80-year-old, I don't even know, they look old as shit. But I don't know how old they are. But older women saying these things, I mean, dude, we're doomed. We're absolutely doomed.
Go to a more conservative city and like see how girls respond.
Yeah, go to a different. Also, with the way these women are dressed, I'm not. It just implies a setting, which.
But I don't care about the women. The view is
the view is the problem. These girls are whatever.
The women also don't want to be seen saying on camera now. It's like, oh, I need a man. It kind of makes them look bad in a messed up psyche way.
That's part of the problem.
Two other women, like that's the weirdest thing out of all of it is that they are looking to each other and being like, well, if I say that I admit that I need a man, like I think they take issue with the then they think that they sound weak, and then therefore they're all going against feminism, which is a corrupt ideology anyway.
Can I pull this up real quick? This is a council member from NYC, Amanda Farias, saying, "Where are the men calling this out in response to the women getting punched in the face?" The Women's Caucus tweeted, "We are deeply disturbed and concerned about widespread reports of attacks against women in New York City that have been confirmed by the NYPD." So where are the men calling this out? Oh, there's one. You arrested him. And look at these scumbags. This guy right here, scumbag. This guy right here, these cops are scumbags. Sorry, and we're tomorrow morning on the Culture War, we got some cops on and we're going to debate policing. But sorry, if I was a cop and they said you're going to be transporting Daniel Penny, I'd say the hell I am.
Hey, Tim, we're just following orders, though.
No dice. Don't play that game. They're going to be like, well, you got to do it or you're fired. I'll be like, by all means, you go ahead and fire me. And then I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say I got fired because I refused to take part in the arrest of an innocent man who was trying to save lives in a city plagued by corruption and crime. But these cops got no problem. They got no problem justifying in their mind why they should be the one to hold this innocent man, this good Samaritan with cuffs behind his back. Scumbags. And then they say, where are the men calling this out? You don't need men. You don't need them. You arrested them. That's how much they don't need them. These women on The View say we don't need men, and it is to the point where politically they are arresting the men who are trying to protect them.
There were no protests for him, by the way. Nobody came out. Also, a lot of people like to talk about. I mean, Ryan has a nice post here, but nobody's protesting for this guy.
People were protesting pretty well.
People were protesting for the person who he killed, who was threatening, I believe, other people. Jordan
Neely said that he would something to the effect of wanting to kill people, and he didn't care what would happen to him.
There were protests for him, but nobody showed up to protest.
Well, because I think,
and The View is going to say the same thing as well. Like Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and the rest of them, they'll all complain about stuff like this, and they'll say, "Oh, where are all the strong men at? Like, why aren't the men defending the women?" And then at the same time, we're going to be like, "Oh, women don't need men. Of course, we don't need men." It's like, okay, men have literally built the entire world around you. They've invented most things. I challenge you to name one great female inventor. I think there's one. It's like Mother Teresa. I don't know, but I'll challenge you to name a few women inventors. And you can't do it. There's not many of them, and you could say, oh, it's because women were oppressed back in the day or whatever, but it's the point still stands. Like, you need men in society. We needed men in the past, we need men currently to maintain it, and you see what's happening to the world now that men are being demonized for being men, and men are being told we don't need you in society by not just young women like in that video, but also by older women like in The View. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you're thinking about Tim Pool absolutely destroying The View. I'm really glad that people like Joe Rogan and Tim Pool with large platforms are, calling this nonsense out, and they're just getting tired of it. They're fed up with it. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and hope to see you guys on the next one.
I purposely did another video. I'm purposely doing another video. I know that I did a video about this particular conversation of The View, but this is more elaborate because it has Tim Pool and some other guys and then a lady. I actually wanted you guys to hear their perspective. It's actually wild to think that it is older women that are saying men are useless. Older women like Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of the women in The View. These people are not even younger women. How will you say a man is useless? Children need their fathers. As much as you try to be a father to your child as a woman, as a mother, a child, especially the male child, needs their fathers. Check out the percentage of children that were raised without their fathers. I'm not saying they're all useless, but just check them out. Every child needs their father. The society needs men. The industry, the marketplace, everywhere. We all need men as much as... I don't know why this is actually deeper than it should, because I think it's basic. It is basic knowledge, right? As much as women are important in the society and in every in every area or every sector of the society, men are equally important. Men are not useless. Like I said in my other video, the fact that your man is useless or the fact that your father was useless doesn't make every man useless. And I actually wanted to correct the conversation of what Justin Reloaded said. He said that thank you also to Justin Reloaded for doing this upgraded version, right? of this topic. It's more insightful than the first one I did. But I wanted to correct something he said. He said this is what a lot of women these days think. Nope. These older women will think they are scoring points, just like that lady said in the video. She said these older women, but they are actually not making sense. They are saying trash. Honestly speaking, what they are saying, the women. The Bible even said the older women should teach the younger women. And look at what these older women are saying. Like, I'm like, what are these women saying? Even as a young girl, I will never think like that. I should think like that because I am woke and I'm younger, right? But I don't even think that way. Men are not useless. I never had a useless father. Same way I know a lot of men out there are not useless. I do not have a useless man. My man is not useless. So why would you come out and say there's so many things men can do that women cannot actually do, and that is facts. There's so many things women can do that men cannot do, and that is facts. Is it a competition? No. Right? No. Let's learn, let's try to raise our children better, because this idea or this conversation is sickening. To be honest, it's sickening. I would love to know your view about this conversation. I would love to know what you think in this conversation. Let me know. I actually did this because I wanted to hear from the men's perspective. I wanted to know how these men would actually call out these women, because they need to be called out. This conversation needs to be corrected. It cannot trend. Men, look at the women. The reporter was asking, do you need a man? No. Do you think men are useless? Yes. What? It's sickening, I swear. Anyway, do well to drop your comments like I said earlier. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next episode. Bye-bye.